Okay, we now do example 16, the perimeter problem. Now let me point out something on this problem. This problem, there's no way you can work this one without using algebra. Like in example 14, that problem was very simple, and you could do that with just pencil and paper and arithmetic. Well, this one is a first example where you actually need algebra in order to solve this word problem. So let's take a look at the word problem here. And it reads, the perimeter of a rectangle is 82 inches. The length of the rectangle is 7 inches less than 3 times its width. Find the length and the width. Okay, as we mentioned earlier, there's always a sentence that introduces all the unknowns in the word problem. So it's not the first sentence in this example. In this example, it turns out to be the second sentence. It says the length, blah, 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 then its width. So the two unknowns are the length and the width of the rectangle. So I go to my assignment box. It's very worthwhile for you to make this assignment box when you're solving these word problems. The two unknowns are the length and the width. Now, as mentioned in class, when you're having to decide which one to let x represent, notice it goes in length, then blah, 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 then it's width. Since the width is the second unknown that's introduced in the word problem, in that sentence, I let x represent the width. Now, to get the length, it says that the length of the rectangle is 7 inches less than. I'm looking for these key words, and the first key word, or key phrase, I should say, is less than. We know that less than translates into the operation of subtraction. Now you have to be real careful with this phrase. Any quantity that is written before the phrase less than is going to reverse on us. This is going to go after the subtraction symbol. So notice that the 7 that I have written here is behind the subtraction symbol. Now, the quantity that comes after the less than phrase, 3 times its width, goes before the subtraction symbol. The keyword 3 times means to multiply something by 3. Well, it says to multiply 3 times, to multiply the width by 3, 3 times the width. The width is x, so notice that I get 3x. Now, let me point out one other thing here. It's been my experience that, or my observation, that students that can write down, identify the unknowns, and then write expressions for the unknowns in terms of one variable like I've done here. Students that can do this assignment box usually can solve the entire word problem. So the most important part of the word problem is going to be for you to make this assignment box and try to make sure that you get all the unknowns in here and write expressions for all the unknowns in terms of one variable. Like I said, if you can do this part, then the rest of it is very easy compared to this. Well, now let's continue. We also mentioned in the other example that there's always a sentence that will tell you how to write an equation for the unknowns. In this problem, it turns out to be the first sentence. The information we haven't used is that the figure is a rectangle and we're given that its perimeter is 82 inches. Right there, that should give you an indication that, wow, I should be using the formula for the perimeter of a rectangle. So let's recall that formula that was given in class. The perimeter, capital P, is equal to 2L plus 2W. Okay, so we were given that the perimeter is 82 inches. So that's P. Now, if you look over here on the right-hand side, here's this 2 is that 2 right there. But L gets replaced with 3x minus 7. Now, where does the 3x minus 7 come from? Well, it's in the assignment box. That's the 3x minus 7 right there. This 2 is that 2 right there. And then the W gets replaced with x from the assignment box. Now I have my equation all in terms of x. 82 equals 2 times a quantity 3x minus 7 plus the 2x over here. Now I'll simplify the right-hand side by distributing the 2. 2 times 3x is 6x. 2 times 7 is 14 plus the 2x. Combine the like terms. Combine the first and the third. Gives me 8x minus 14. And now I add 14 to both sides to get rid of the 14 on the right-hand side. 82 plus 14 is 96. And now to isolate the variable to solve for x, I divide both sides by 8. And 96 divided by 8 gives me 12. But I'm not done. Remember, the directions read find the length and the width. So I take this 12 and I put it back into the assignment box. When I place 12 in place of this x, 3 times 12 is 36, minus 7 is 29. So that tells me that the length of the rectangle is 29 inches. Put the 12 in place of this x right here, and now I also know that the width is 12. Let's do the check on this. I can check this by using this formula here. So I go 2 times the length. 2 times 29 is 58. 2 times the width. 2 times 12 is 24. Sum these up. 58 plus 24 turns out to be 82, and it checks out. So be sure to do the 2 examples that follow this example as part of the assignment. And look at all the other examples, 17, 18, 19, and 20 on the handout. They're already worked out on the My Math Lab.